So, welcome, sir, to the podcast. So, you want to become Balu, sir? It's been 10 years since I met you. I mean, what, since 2016, right? So, I was very young. You used to run around. I still couldn't catch you when you were coaching me. Still, after 10 years, I'm still running around behind you to catch an appointment with you. So, yes, sir. So, please, can you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, hi Krishna, pleasure meeting you. Last I saw you, you were a kid. Now you are an adult, and now we're having a conversation. So it's actually fun. Yeah, talking about myself. Yeah, currently I'm working as a tennis coach. It's a 34-year journey as a tennis coach. Fortunately, now I work with the best players in the country, and I'm traveling for the best tournaments in the world, like the Grand Slams and the ATP tournaments. So that's what I do now, and that's where we are.
So let's start. Like, how did it inspire you to become a tennis player? Like, what inspired you towards tennis?
Yeah, it's a very. It was nothing planned. When I was a kid, I grew up in Pollachi, a small town near Coimbatore. My father was a doctor, and his colleague, huge tennis fan. I mean, unbelievable. I can't right now, even now, I can't imagine those days somebody from Pollachi was such a big tennis fan. So he was so big a fan that he decided to teach tennis. So he, being a doctor, I remember he used to come to the tennis court with a book. It was how to coach. And then during his break, like between his morning practice and evening practice, he used to collect his friends' children. So my brother, myself, and few others. We are, I think, 10 or 12 of us. So he used to collect all of us, and he got us into tennis. So that's where I got into tennis, and then played some tournaments, and people around said I'm good and I can play matches, and I need to play more matches. So I started traveling for more tournaments. So I started traveling across the country. So, and then I had a ranking in juniors, and one led to the other, and I continued playing tennis, and I continued till men's. And during one of those phases where I had an opportunity to get into coaching as a part-time, and I got into coaching, and at 5 years into coaching, and I was injured, my knee was hurting. That was a time when I had to take a call on which side to go, and then I said, okay, I'll stick to coaching. I've enjoyed it, and I continued coaching, and here we are.
Actually, that's interesting. So, where all have you went, sir, across the country? Like, the places have you went
Across
for
the
matches?
country, yeah, across the country. I mean, all the way up to the northeastern part of India, to the southernmost tip of India, to the western part. I mean, pretty much all over. Those days, tournaments used to be happening everywhere. I mean, in Yamuna Nagar and Kota, and places like Dibrugarh in Assam, and down south, in Kerala, Kottayam, and so pretty much all over. I mean, tennis has taken me to almost all states of India. So got a good opportunity to travel when I was a kid in school, and nowadays I don't travel so much in India because I'm traveling with the players who are playing on the tour. So that has helped me travel abroad as well.
So, sir, how did you become a coach? What transpired? You were a player, and then how did that take you to coaching?
The coaching happened actually. I finished my college, and then by then tennis in Pollachi was almost kind of. I didn't have anyone to practice with. The only club players playing there. So I was looking for a place to practice. I finished college. I wanted to play some tournaments. So at that moment of time, as I mentioned earlier, I just had an opportunity from Pune. Nandan Bal was starting an academy, and he wanted a coach to assist him. So it was only a part-time coaching job, but I could continue playing tournaments. So the deal was I travel with the players, the young players, and help them while in Pune. But the tournaments, men's tournaments, I could play. It was a combination of playing and coaching. So it was a part-time job which helped me continue with my tennis. That took me into coaching. and once I got into coaching, actually I liked it. I mean, I thought it was an interesting profession. It was very challenging, working with young kids and trying to help them get better. So after 5 years into coaching, in '95, I had to make a choice because I was injured. I was struggling to play. So I thought, okay, and then again opportunity in Pune arose, and Nandan asked if I want to continue and work with him. So that's where I actually plunged into coaching, and I did. After that, once I decided I'm into coaching, then I did the courses, and I went through the grind of becoming a coach. I ran my own center. I mean, worked with different levels of players, and so one led to the other, and fortunately I've grown as a coach to be working with the pros now.
So this 34 years have been very inspiring to me as well. When you say this, like, as a coach, how you have developed yourself. Have you seen yourself become different in these 34 years?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I say I've grown as a coach, I would say I've matured as a person. I mean, not only in terms of my profession, but also as an individual. I've learned to handle situations better, because every situation, every child, every challenge teaches you something. So the initial days of like me as a coach to now, I think it's a different person altogether. Sobered down, a lot more clearer in how I'm handling things, a lot more surer. I'm able to understand the children better, or the players better. So definitely there's huge change. Not even 35. I think every 5 years I see myself different, and my understanding is better.
So okay, sir. So it's a bit of a controversial question. I would like to ask. I would make this a point to ask this to everyone. Have you ever felt like you regretted this decision? Like, maybe I could have done something else. Maybe at any point in time, have you felt that? And if so, how have you bounced back?
I mean, now regret as in very early in my days, like, because I mean my education background is engineering. So after engineering, I decided to continue playing tennis, and I was doing part-time coaching. So very early, I mean, I think 2 years into my coaching profession, part-time coaching though, but I was into coaching, and my tennis wasn't going great. Maybe at that point of time, I thought maybe I shouldn't have come into it and continued with my education. But after that, I don't think I've ever thought or regretted coming into coaching, because like I mentioned earlier, I mean, when I look back, I've learnt a lot. Because I'm in this profession, I doubt if I would have learned so much about myself and about others, and about challenges and handling challenges, if I was in any other profession. Because end of the day, I don't have like a routine. When I say routine, it's not like run of the mill. I start at this time, finish at this time, do this every single day. My every day is different. Like when I travel for tournaments, it's so different. I mean, if I have one player to work with, it's different. When I have multiple players to work with, it's different. And when I'm not traveling, and when I go to the academy, my schedule is different. So it's like, every day is a new day, and it seems like a new work or a new job. So definitely no space to regret. Only thankful that thankful that I chose to do this, and it has been really fruitful.
So now, sir, so what are you doing now as a coach? What is the new things? What do you find unique? Like something which is differentiating, which is causing a difference to anybody? Has there been anything happening?
Certainly. I mean, now I'm working with the best players in the country, and who are playing at the tour level. So I'm working with the pros, which is totally different from working with juniors. So that's a completely different challenge, because the what a player looks up to you as a coach is so different from what a junior will look up to you as a coach to deliver. So it's been a challenge. The last 3-4 years, I'm mostly working on that scale, and every tournament is a challenge. Every player is a challenge. So it's new. I mean, this I haven't done in the past.
So you still teach juniors, new beginners, sir?
Yeah, I still work with them. When I go to the academy, I still work with. Right now we have a new initiative in RBTA for underprivileged kids. The program is called Boomi. So it's completely grassroots, as in the kids are just 1 month into tennis. They have never seen a tennis court before. So I still work with them when I am at the academy.
How did that happen? Can you give us a brief?
On the Boomi program?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's an initiative by RBTA. I mean, Rohan Bopanna is the man behind RBTA, and a trust based in UK called Kamala Trust. So they were keen that we do something for the underprivileged kids from Assam, and so the program is we provide them education and tennis up to class 10. So this is a new initiative started this year. Funded by the Kamala Trust. The idea is to give these children an opportunity to obviously education and also learn tennis. And if we find some kids who are really promising, we will take them further in tennis as well and continue with their education. And in this program, they're very clear that we have 60% girls. So out of 25, the first lot we have brought in this year is 25. 16 are girls and 9 are boys. And this number will go up the following years. And the target is to touch 100.
That's really touching and inspiring at the same time, because teaching these children would be a change for their lives. I mean, by education, they will be able to satisfy their basic amenities. And as a tennis, they learn something. They learn a sport. So, do you ever see them coming back to tennis? Do you think they'll come back to tennis as a coach, maybe not as a player?
Possibly. Right now it's too early to say how this will develop, because we are giving them an opportunity in life. How they will use it, we have to wait and watch. Hopefully, they will go back to their community and help the community grow and pass on what they learned to the children in their community closer to home. That would be ideal, and that will mean a lot to everyone involved in this initiative.
Okay, so coming to the question which interests us the most as a student and me. Okay, so if I want to become a coach, what kind of mindset should I have apart from the basic skills of sports of a particular sport, let's say tennis? What other mindset should I have so that I can become a good coach? I can become a better coach for the player I train.
To start with, you should have the interest to work with young children, and when you say sport, it's a skill set, right? So you have to understand, first and foremost, you have to understand that the child who comes to you will not have the same skill set as you. And every child has different capabilities and understanding. So unless you accept that, it's very difficult to become a coach. Once you accept that, yes, this child's ability and understanding and skill set is such, it's as a coach, you know where you start with, and then you try to help them get better with that skill set. And every player comes to you, your role is to help them get better. I mean, they can be national level player, they can be international level player, they can be just beginners, but your attempt is to help them get better. So if you get into coaching with this kind of a mindset, I'm sure you can make a difference to the player, which means you can be successful as a coach. So it doesn't matter which sport you get into, but the mindset of a coach is like a teacher. I mean, and then obviously what teaching requires, a lot of patience and a lot of understanding, a lot of empathy, and all the normal things which every teacher requires. But from a sport perspective, it's the skill set which is the most challenging, because a lot of times people expect, okay, this is simple, everyone can do. It's simple for you. It might not be simple for the child, and there might be other things which you might think is very challenging, but for the child it might not be. So you have to understand what is the child's capability, ability, level of understanding to begin with. So you have to start from there. So if you start from the bottom and accept that is where you start. So you go down to the level of the child, and then you try to improve them. I think it's a very, very gratifying and satisfying profession to be in. because it's not always the player who wins the Grand Slam or big titles which gives happiness to the coach. I mean, every child who can learn a new skill or improve on their basic fundamentals or their game gives you tremendous satisfaction.
So, sir, as a coach over the 34 years, is there any skill set that one must pick up from, according to you, that one must pick up to become a coach? Apart from the basic skills such as like the skill set of being patient with the child or teaching juniors, like for example, a skill that is very essential, cooking, something like that. Is there anything that one should pick up if he wants to become a coach to take care of himself?
To be successful, you mean
Yeah.
to be successful as a coach, like I said, I think the first and foremost is you need to assess the level of the player. I mean, okay, beginner, is a beginner. It's very easy to assess, but for every other level, I mean, it can be in intermediate, a player can be at any level. I mean, when you say any level, there are many grades. So if you can assess the level right, I think that's a game changer. And a lot of coaches find it, that is where they get stuck. They don't get the level right, and then they start working with the player. So it's either too challenging or too easy for the player. So obviously the improvement is very limited. So to assess the player, you have to invest time on yourself to understand. I mean, when you say understand, the knowledge about the sport, the knowledge about coaching, and the methodology of coaching. So you have to invest a lot of time in improving yourself as a coach. So even if you are day one into coaching, you have a lot to learn, and after 34 years, there is still a lot to learn, because if you don't have that mindset, you get stuck, and you are limited in your ability.
So, sir, one final question. Do you have any advice for those aspiring to become a professional in any sport? Or let's talk about tennis basically. If one wants to become successful in tennis, what must one do? A professional player, that is.
To be a professional player, or a kid who wants to be a professional player, you mean?
A kid who wants to be a professional player.
To be a professional tennis player is a long haul. So one, you have to be prepared for a very, very long journey, and the challenges and variables are far too many, and you have to accept everything which is thrown at you. And the success, you have to be ready that the success, if at all, is going to come much, much later. So there is no immediate gains, there's no shortcut. It's a lot of time invested, effort invested, money invested. So first is you need to look at all those things and then see where you are. So at every stage, if you are a junior player, at every stage you need to assess yourself and where are you right now with respect to the world standards, and then what is it that you need to do to get there. Do you have the resources? When I say resources, it means everything, not just the financial resources. It's also the coaching team, the kind of support system you have, and what kind of goals you have set, and how are you going to fulfill the goals. So at every stage you need to assess yourself. Otherwise you're hitting the wall sooner than you think. So it has to be well planned out. You need to have a good team behind. You need to have the right people guiding you, because it's super easy to lose your way, especially in tennis, because in individual sport you have the liberty to enter tournaments and play on your own. So you can easily lose your way, going the wrong way, spending a lot of money, and going down the wrong track. So a good team with good resources backing you, and a clear pathway going ahead, with periodic assessments on the goals you have set. That sums it up actually.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for your time. It's been a wonderful time with you.
Thank you, Krishna. Thanks talking to you.
Yes, sir.